So, for a long, long time, astrologers have been telling you about Pluto and Capricorn. At least, I hope they have been explaining it to you. Excuse me. And I will give you folks some markers to, I guess, jumpstart your brain into thinking about how you would interpret Pluto and Capricorn. Because then the way that I interpret Pluto and Aquarius will make a little more sense. Okay, so Pluto is ruled by Scorpio. Scorpio rules the underworld, rules the genitals, rules all kind of things that you don't talk about, that you don't do in front of people. It rules intensity and power and control. It can be dirty and detrimental with that power and control. It has the propensity towards greed, towards, like a goat will do, climbing all the way to the top of a mountain, stepping on things and other goats, other creatures, eating everything in its way, leaving nothing left. And in fact, during this time, since 2008, you will all remember that phrase, greatest of all time. What does it spell? Goat. Okay, so you can clearly see all of this Capricorn energy with all of the bigness, big money, big business, big government, a big deal made out of education, which inflated to big fat debt for a big number of us. I'm included in that. It pointed to the conglomeration of, collective power, such as, Elon Musk with Tesla and SpaceLink and now Twitter, and him with all his, crypto, this and that, manipulating the markets just with his tweets. Then you get, guys like Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, who else is on top of that? Richard Branson. Yeah, everybody and anybody in Washington, D.C., in politics. Right now, today, in fact, we saw one of those old goats, Jerome Powell, telling us about one more rate hike here in the United States. That is what? Well, to this Pisces, that's excessive greed, excessive power, excessive everything. Also, Pluto, having to do with Scorpio, oh yeah, we saw some really icky things happening with perversions, with trafficking, with all of this wrong kind teaching our young people. I'm not going to get into that because I'm just not. We saw all kinds of stuff. We have been so very well entertained by all these people. We see their lives being exposed to us every single day in the news, in social media, no matter what. People we talking about, all these reality TV shows, Real Housewives of this and that. And of course, the Kardashians. I can't stand them. I could keep going on and on. But while Pluto was in Capricorn, we experienced very dearly and for real the difference between the haves and the have-nots, the difference between the 1% and the rest of us. Throughout all of this, we also experienced, Saturn in Aquarius. Saturn in Aquarius is a restriction on the group. What happened? Well, in 2019 and up until the middle of, 22, we had to be masked. We had to stand 6 feet apart. We saw, you know, certain people not being allowed to go in places because no more vaccination, no more mask, no more this, no more that. We were put in captivity in our own homes by a government that had a little too much power, that lied to us. And we all know they lied to us about a lot of stuff. And they're still lying to us. And I do also know that the collective felt like there was no way out. Well, folks, you know better. The universe demands balance. And well, while it took about 14, 15 years since 2008 to kind of shake the rug out, show you all the bugs, watch them scurry every place. Yeah, Fauci and all those guys. This lady who is on the news, the White House press secretary lady, Jean-Pierre, what's her face? All these people with power who are in power still. Well, throughout the rest of this year, and I'm gonna say last 6 months of this year, because I know the way the astrology going, yeah, we're gonna bounce back and forth. Pluto going retrograde between Aquarius and Capricorn, or Aquarius and Pisces, which I don't think is going to do that. I think it's going to be Aquarius and Capricorn. Going retrograde back to the last planet it was in. So for the last 6 months of 2023, we're going to see some of the same things that happened up until, well, now, March 22nd, 2023. But tomorrow, even though nothing going to be topically different, the groundwork in Capricorn has been made for the next guy, which is Aquarius, which begins tomorrow. Okay, and I'm going to stress very dearly. Please don't forget there is the rest of the chart that is involved here. Okay, and even though collectively Pluto will be in Aquarius, how all of these shifts and transitions and all this kind of stuff will affect you is singularly and completely only related to you. And for me to be able to tell you in a deeper way, rather than just like I would tell everybody like I tell it now what to expect, kind of, sort of, I would need to see your chart. To do that, you need to email me or send me a DM over there in Facebook or Instagram. And I tell you how much it costs. But if you are not already feeling this push and pull between the past and the future, because yeah, Aquarius is a very technological sign. Okay. Proof is that we saw all this kind of crypto money, yeah, going all kind crazy during the last few months. We'll call it the last year. Pluto in Capricorn. What would you expect? However, Pluto in Aquarius is the collective. Aquarius is all us guys. It is Pluto equaling power and intensity to the collective, which is all us guys. It is who you identify with, who you have same with, who you know just by looking at, who can relate, right? And this example I'm using with, yeah, us versus them, the 99 versus the 1. That is very much what I'm talking about. Why? Because all of us guys is really tired. All of us are so very tired of knowing that as much as we know like going work, that the reason we don't like going work is because upper management might be a pain in the okole. There might be department heads who are just bullies who like make your life hard, everybody's life hard, like wear the manager pin on their sleeve and go, look, I'm the big shot. Well, you know what? What is absolutely evident, as we can tell and see and have seen for quite some time now. The workforce, at least in the United States, as far as I have read, as well as other, other places on this planet, the collective of people are sick and tired of feeling like slaves. So that all these buggers in the 1% can go run milly all over the place. No. How the hell they can get away with that? Well, it wouldn't have been any kind of big deal for them to get away with it because of the astrology. The astrology made it possible. Okay, a lot of people, I don't believe in astrology. Bruh. Doesn't matter what you believe in. You believed your teacher when you was a small guy, yeah, about the planets. All those planets affect our gravity here and we affect it no matter how far you think it is. And you would have to argue with plenty of us guys to make us think differently because that's how I believe. And well, human beings tend to prove it to me without failure. So, when I read all the things, all the aspects in the morning, I expect to hear things on the news. I expect to see things when I go out here, yeah, out in this, world called Las Vegas. I expect to see it come to life. And usually it does. It's because I know what I'm looking at. But collectively, what we're looking at now is a balance. Okay. Where the power was all for, this 1% in Capricorn. The power going back to the people now. Thing is, we don't know how to do anything with it. Why? Because it was never just given to us. It was always told to us that we cannot handle it, that somebody else could do it. And who was telling us this? All these guys right now, the 1% guys. If you think about it, think like this. Jerome Powell, the guy in the Fed, I don't like that bugger. That guy keeps telling us the only way to fix this inflation is to keep raising rates. Bruh, really? I doubt that. It's just that when you look at Mr. Paul, he's all fat, yeah? Yes. So since he is indicative of Capricorn, well, he's Paul. I mean, not like tomorrow. In fact, all these buggers I would mention, those kind of guys, over the next couple years, we're going to see. We're going to see them fall out of this thing, this up on high that the world has put these people. It's going to come crashing down because humans can fight humans, but humans cannot fight the universe. So, going to be interesting to watch the collective of people who benefited during Pluto and Capricorn deal with being part of the collective, because that's where it's going. Okay, people like, who's a good example? Sam Bankman-Fried, this little brother. Even though his chart shows him to be exactly what he is, which is a swindling, lying, spoiled brat, entitled fucker, we're going to see the other side of that now. Where he's concerned, we already saw his specific collective turn on him. They're going to witness against him. We're going to see a lot of that, okay? Because I don't pay attention to, well, no, I do, because I don't follow politics, one side or the other. Because I follow it in the manner that is watching astrology come to life. My hair is driving me crazy because of those things. Oh, this cat just farted. Because of those things, we're going to see how easy it is for one goat to make it back down that hill. Pretty sure some of the collective won't mind helping, right? Okay. Another way to see this is a couple days ago, you know, Mr. Trump was talking about how he may be arrested next couple days and telling people to raise hell. Brother, stop. Pluto in Capricorn, last couple days, people were like, hey, Don, brother, shush. Just, no, that's not going to work. The other brother, that Biden bugger, and his kid. You don't have to agree with me. It's fine if you don't. But I get eyes, and I get these charts, and all those planets, and I know Joe get his sun and moon in the 12th house. House of self-undoing. So since we saw this man go from second in command to commander-in-chief during Pluto in Capricorn, what you think going to happen? Well, you know, I don't tell the future. All I know is time has shown us again and again and again what happens to people like that. So I shall be back. Yeah, pretty quick here because I don't get other kind things in the sky. But for right now, the big deal is today is the last day of Pluto in Capricorn. Tomorrow, March 23rd, 2023, we're going into Aquarius. It's going to be in the first degrees of Aquarius until first 2 weeks of June, and it's going to stay in Capricorn. Excuse me, it's going to retrograde back to Capricorn. Yeah. Middle of June. And then 3 weeks into January 24 is when it is permanently for at least 20 years, or actually for sure 20 years, Pluto will be in Aquarius. And well, the last time Pluto was in Aquarius and big fat kind change happened with the collective, we had the American Revolution and the French Revolution, and oh yeah, the country I live in was no longer under British rule. So I'm interested in seeing what that's going to look like. I don't know. Could be plenty things. Right now, because I know the astrology is what it is, and since we're at the beginning of the month of Aries with, good Lord, everything in Aries, the Get Her Done planet, including Jupiter, is in Aries. Gonna be crazy next couple weeks, but we'll be okay. It's supposed to happen. Okay, I'll be back.